Section 3. You will hear a conversation between the Professor, Sandra and Mike. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 30. Good morning. Now, this term we've looked at various aspects of recruitment, and you can now see how much more there is to it than just putting applicants through a short interview or reading CVs. Now, today's tutorial is just to recap some of the main points regarding recruitment. I'd like you to imagine that you are managers, and we will discuss how different applicants would fit into the team or group they have to work with. We'll look at some examples later. You can select someone, even a friend, who has all the right qualifications. Then you can also check that they have a lot of experience, that they've done the sort of tasks that you want them to do in your company.
But you need to know if they have the right character, don't you?
Precisely, Sandra. If they start work and you realize that they just don't get along with everybody else, you've got a problem? Exactly, Mike, exactly. They might have contrasting views on how to do something. They might not be able to get on with other members of your team.
Even adding one person to a team can change the whole group dynamic, can't it?
Absolutely. This could be particularly true with someone who is particularly outgoing or outspoken.
Could company training reduce the possibility of this happening?
Possibly, but company training tends to show new people how you do something at a particular company, rather than changing a person's character to suit your company. There's also the question of ability. Particularly in a team situation, people have to believe in each other's ability to do the tasks the boss has given. They have to trust that everyone will do their part of the job.
Right, but trying to find out what someone's personality is in a job interview is it possible? I mean, you won't find out what they're really like until they actually start work.
Well, is there any value in asking candidates questions about their hobbies, for example?
I doubt it. What could that tell you?
I don't know. It could tell you something about their personality, whether they're outgoing, for example. Most people involved in recruitment would argue that it does tell you something. More and more employers around the world are making use of personality questionnaires to help them select new staff. Yes, you mentioned those in the last lecture. Do they work? Well, most employers use them, but there is concern that they do not reveal the applicant's true personality.
Yeah, some people might just write the answers that they think the employer wants.
That's true. Very often, employers can weed out the applicants who do that by asking more detailed questions during the interview. The fact that they have been used for so long and that they are so widely used makes me think that there must be something in them. Well,
I'm not so sure. Just because they're used a lot, that doesn't automatically mean that they are useful or worthwhile.
True, but these tests have been created by experts, and they believe that the answers can provide indicators as to roughly the type of person that the applicant is.
How about the idea of setting problems for applicants and seeing how they approach them?
I like that idea, but the problems need to be simple, since there's not much time to prepare a full answer. In addition, the applicant doesn't have much background knowledge of the way that the company does things.
It's a good idea, but may not always be practical. Usually it is, though.
I'll need convincing. Let's move on to take a look at... That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers.